The ground trembles under the weight of a unified stomp. Dust rises, catching the light like a fleeting spirit. A leg kicks high, defying gravity, a symbol of victory against an unseen foe. But this isn't just a performance. These aren't simply dance moves. This is a language spoken by the body, a vibrant, thundering history lesson echoing across generations. It's a living library where every chant is a chapter and every powerful movement is a word written in the air. This is how the Zulu people tell the stories of their ancestors, not with ink and paper, but with muscle, rhythm, and soul. To understand the language of the dance, you first have to understand the people who speak it. The Zulu, the amaZulu, are the people of the heavens. They are the largest ethnic group in South Africa, a nation forged in the green, rolling hills of what is now KwaZulu-Natal. Their story is one of resilience, of a small clan that experienced a meteoric rise to become the mightiest empire in Southern Africa during the 19th century. The man behind these was one of history's most brilliant and ruthless military strategists, Shaka Zulu. Shaka's reign, though brief, was transformative. He revolutionized the Zulu military, introducing new weapons like the short stabbing spear known as the assegai or iklua, and radical new tactics. But his most enduring innovation was perhaps the creation of a unified identity. He instilled a shared sense of pride and discipline through the amabuto, or age-based regiments. It was within these regiments that dance was honed into a powerful tool, not just for celebration, but for preparation, intimidation, and unification. It became a touchstone of Zulu identity, and its core has remained a powerful expression of their spirit. The Zulu worldview is deeply spiritual, woven around a profound connection to the amadlozi, the ancestor spirits. There isn't a rigid wall between the living and the dead. It's more like a thin veil. Ancestors aren't distant figures, but active family members and spiritual guardians who watch over their descendants, offering guidance and protection. It's believed they communicate through dreams, signs, and, most powerfully, through ritual and ceremony. Dance, therefore, is so much more than a physical act. It's a form of prayer in motion, a way to speak with those who came before, to honor their memory, and to call upon their strength. It is a bridge between worlds, a sacred dialogue where the living and the living dead connect. Each performance is a recounting of history, a celebration of life's transitions, and a way to ensure that the stories, values, and identity of the Zulu people are passed down. Not as static relics, but as a breathing, moving, and thundering force. Of all the powerful expressions in the vast vocabulary of Zulu dance, none is more iconic or more viscerally potent than the Indlamu. This is the dance most often associated with Zulu culture, a spectacle of strength, precision, and raw power that has captivated audiences worldwide. But to see it only as a performance is to miss its soul. The Indlamu is a historical document written in sweat and sinew, a direct inheritance from the warrior traditions of King Shaka. At its heart, it is a war dance. Its origins are rooted in the rigorous training of the amabuto. Before a battle, warriors would perform the Indlamu to build morale, instill discipline, and forge a sense of unbreakable unity. It was a psychological weapon, a display of coordinated strength designed to intimidate enemies and gather spiritual power from the ancestors. After a victory, it was performed again, this time as a triumphant celebration, recounting the deeds of bravery. Though its context has evolved to include weddings, inaugurations, and cultural ceremonies, its essence remains unchanged. The Indlamu is a touchstone of Zulu masculinity and identity, a living echo of past battles and a physical manifestation of resilience. So, how does the Indlamu tell its story? You have to look at the movements because each one is a word, a phrase, a declaration of power. It begins with a stomp. This is no ordinary footfall. It's a deliberate, percussive strike against the earth, done with such force that it often raises clouds of dust. This powerful stomping is a declaration of presence and a symbol of strength. More profoundly, it's an act of connection. In Zulu belief, the land holds the spirit of the ancestors. By stomping the ground, the dancer is grounding himself, drawing strength from the very soil of his heritage and communicating directly with the ancestral spirits who dwell within it. The synchronized stomps of a regiment, moving as one, create a thunderous roar that speaks of unity and shared purpose. Then comes the signature movement, the high kick. A dancer will extend his legs straight up, often above his own head, before bringing it crashing down with perfect control. This spectacular display is far more than acrobatics. It symbolizes prowess, readiness, and victory. Executing such a kick demonstrates the warrior's physical fitness, agility, and readiness for combat. It mimics kicking over an enemy's shield in battle, a gesture of dominance and triumph. The height of the kick is a matter of pride, a boast of one's strength and skill. It's a visual exclamation point in the story of the dance, a moment of peak energy that embodies the indomitable spirit of the warrior. The posture of the Inthamu dancer is just as important. He stands upright with uncompromised posture, muscles tensed, exuding an aura of control and discipline. This isn't the frantic, free-form movement of some celebrations. It's calculated and precise. The dancers often form straight lines, their movements perfectly synchronized, reflecting the discipline of a military regiment on parade. This unity is crucial. It tells a story of a community that moves and thinks as one, a formidable force bound by a common identity. The attire worn during the Intlamu, known as imvunulo, is not a costume but a narrative in itself. Men perform wearing amapeshu, aprons made from animal skins, traditionally calf skin for younger men and other hides for elders, that cover their back and front. Tufts of cow tail, called amashoba, are worn on the upper arms and below the knees, which serve to make the warrior appear broader and more imposing. Head rings, isikoko, might be worn by married men, signifying their status, while elaborate feathered headpieces, imikele, can denote rank and regiment. The most important elements are the weapons, a shield or isihlangu and a spear or knobkerry. The shield, made of cowhide, is not just for defense. Its colors and patterns can signify the warrior's regiment and seniority. Holding the shield and spear, the dancer performs mock stabs and defensive maneuvers, his movements a direct reenactment of combat.
This display of weapon mastery shows his readiness to protect his clan and honors the martial legacy of his ancestors. The soundscape of the Indlamu completes the story. The dance is accompanied by the percussive beat of drums and the powerful sound of chanting. These are not just songs, they are oral histories. The chants may recount great victories, praise the deeds of legendary heroes, or call upon the ancestors for their blessing and strength. The rhythm of the drums is the community's pulse, guiding the dancers and uniting all who are present in a shared experience. In modern times, the Indlamu is a highlight of any significant Zulu ceremony, especially weddings. Here, the dance takes on a new layer of meaning. The groom's family performs the Indlamu to demonstrate their strength, their heritage, and their ability to protect the new bride. It's a show of respect and a powerful statement of the lineage she's joining. It connects the present celebration to the long, unbroken line of warrior ancestors, ensuring that their legacy of strength and pride is carried forward into the new family. The Indlamu, therefore, is a living, breathing archive, a dynamic explosion of history that ensures the memory, masculinity, and motion of the Zulu warrior is never forgotten. If you were moved by the power and depth of these traditions and want to keep exploring the rich tapestry of cultural heritage from around the world, please consider subscribing to the channel. Like this video if you found it informative and share it with others who appreciate the art of storytelling. We would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which aspect of Zulu dance did you find most fascinating? Thank you for joining us on this journey.